Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and we're reviewing a movie that this is the second time I've actually watched it. But the first time I watched it was I think 2013 or 2014. I think 2013. This is a movie from 2009, and this is only the second time that I watched it. But this is one of the movies that I really love, and it is also the movie that completely devastated me by the end. I was in complete tears as the movie was ending, and there's hardly any movies that have actually made me cry throughout my life. There's a couple that have made me cry, but this one is was different. This one brought back so much memories, um, and made me really sad and uh, missing my loyal companion and best friend for best friend of all time. So I am talking about the movie Hachi, a Dog's Tale from 2009. Like I mentioned, I first watched it I think in 2013 or 2014, I think 2013, and 7 years later is when I'm watching it once again. And the reason why it was particularly emotional for me is because I used to have a golden retriever named Shawnee, and I got Shawnee when I was around 18, and she passed away when I was 29. I'm 44 right now. So despite the fact that it has been 15 years since she passed away, as you can probably tell, I'm already getting a little bit emotional. There's not been a day that has gone by that I do not miss her, because when you've had the best, um, you know, you are always going to miss a special dog. And a dog is different from a human, because human can tell you so many things, and the dogs can't. So that is special, but it can only show you love and affection. And people have said this, and I believe it completely, that when you love a dog, it becomes part of your life. But when a dog loves you, you become its entire life. That's basically how it is. So, other than possibly food, there is nothing else that the dogs will love more than you. So I remember many times when she would wait up for me. I did. I used to work for a company called Idea back in the day, and my shift would end around 12:30. And even before that, I used to work for a company called. I worked only for 7 months for a company called what's that now? Such a long time I can't remember. And Fort Kochi, it is a company basically. It was a BPO, and so I used to come home at different times. Like some days I used to come at 2:30 in the 2:30 a.m. Sometimes to come at 4:30 a.m. But every day when I used to come home, and then when I joined this other company, Idea, Aspenworld, that was the name of the company that I used to work first. And then when I joined Idea as well, most of the times I used to finish my work at 12:30. By the time I would reach home, it would be like 1:30 a.m. The company cab would actually drop me there. And no matter what, different cars, different vehicles, when I used to reach my gate, my dog would be waiting there for me. She would be on the veranda sleeping, and she would be somewhere else taking a nap, but she manages always to reach up to the gate, wagging her tail in an affectionate way, saying hi, I missed you, and those kind of things. That's basically about why this movie Hachiko has affected me so much. So the movie stars. It's directed by Lasse Hallström, and it's written by Stephen P. Lindsay and Kanedo Shindo, produced by Richard Gere, who also stars in the movie. Along with Richard Gere, you have Joan Allen, who plays his wife, Sarah Roma, who plays his daughter, and Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, who's been in many television shows and movies, a Japanese actor. Anybody else? Oh yeah, you've also got Eric Avari, who plays an Indian hot dog stand owner, and Jason Alexander, who plays the train station master, and yeah, that's about it. Who plays the daughter? Oh, Sarah Roma. Yeah. So the story is about this Akira puppy who is transported from Japan to be sent to somebody in the United States. It's a and it reaches at the station of a small little town, and a professor by the name of Parker Wilson. He finds the puppy. The crate falls down and it breaks, and the puppy comes loose. So it's pretty. It's like late at night, so he doesn't want to leave the puppy on its own. He looks for the station master, but they can't promise anything. So he decides to take the puppy home. But just one day, but slowly, and he bonds with the pup, bonds with him. Although his wife initially doesn't like the dog, she slowly, uh, you know, decides that the pup is her husband is loving the pup, so might as well keep the pup, and she changes her mind towards the end. So they become really close. So I'm trying to cut the story as short as I can. A little later, when the pup grows up, it doesn't want to be away from the master so much, so from his human so much. So when the professor goes, the professor basically walks to the railway station to get to the to another town or city where he teaches. He's a music teacher at a college. So it jumps the fence and tries to and follows him. So they decide the both of them, they kind of form a kind of routine where every day the dog would actually would follow Parker and go up to the station, and then when he tells him go home, the dog goes back home. When it's time for the evening train, when he comes back from work, the dog would reach there and be waiting for him, just like my dog used to do. Although she never used to go past from to a railway station, she would be just in my house. So everybody kind of notices at this end. So everybody every day the dog is here, the dog comes with them, and the dog comes back in the evening. Everybody likes the fact that they've been playing together and stuff. However, the professor has a heart attack and he dies. The dog comes to the railway station and waits. His master doesn't come. In the evening, the daughter, who is married now and has a baby, she goes and gets the dog, and his wife, played by Joan Allen, Kate Wilson, she decides she wants to go and stay with her sister, I believe, in another city. So they decide that the daughter and her husband are going to take the dog. They want to keep Hachi. They love the dog, but he wants to go to the railway station every day. So in the end, the daughter says, "I want to keep you. I love you so much, but at the same time, if you want to go, I understand." And there's no hard feelings to the dog. And the dog licks her hand and completely understands what's happening. And he licks. And every day he goes to the railway station. And I think the dog was like only about a year old, maybe 2 years old. For the next 9 years or 10 years, he goes to the railway station, waits, and in the night he goes and sleeps under a train. He's become dirty and filthy. The hot dog vendor gives him food, somebody else gives him food, and they're all really sad to see though that the dog is so loyal and loving and waiting for him every day. Many years pass by, the grandson boy grows a little bit older, and Kate Wilson decides to come and visit them, and then she's brought to by Carrie's character, who plays another professor, Ken Fujiyoshi, who's Parker's friend. He shows her that the dog is still waiting, and she's sad to see him, and she goes and sits with him for a while, but the dog will not leave. Even though he is happy to see her, he will never leave from there. So she also leaves. The dog basically sits there, and so everybody is affected by this. He becomes famous, and finally, he's getting old. He's really tired. It's been snowing. It's been tiring. So finally, on the last day, the dog passes away. And as he's passing away, he sees a vision of Parker coming and seeing him, and they getting reunited and happy forever. That's what the movie is. So the movie is actually narrated initially by the grandson, who tells in front of his class. I think he might be like 11 years old at this time, and he tells his class that the teacher asked them to ask each of the students to give an essay, read out an essay about who their hero is. And he says, my hero is my dog, my grandfather's dog, Hachi. And then he tells everybody. Towards the end of the movie, all the kids are crying. They're very emotionally touched. It's like I was. And then he goes back, and we see that he has got a pup, a same breed, an Akita breed, and who he calls Hachi, and the movie ends, they both are walking down the same tracks that Hachi used to travel when he was alive. So that's the beauty of this movie. It's a very simple movie. It's a very family-oriented, touching movie. If you love dogs, keep a full box of tissue next to you. I think you should watch this with your kids. Family stuff. I think this is one of the best movies to watch. But it is very emotional for me, as you can probably tell right now. So I miss my dog. I miss Shawnee. When I go to bed at night, I drift off into dreamland. She's still alive, and she and I are off to adventures, going off, in space with a crew with us, fighting off bad aliens. She's that, what do you call it? That awesome that she travels in a spaceship with me because of my love for Star Trek. So anyway, sorry about if you listened to my silliness for all this time, but yeah, it is a beautiful movie. I give it a 9 out of 10, and because of course there are some certain things that they can actually fix, but yes, it is a beautiful movie. 9 out of 10. Please do watch it. It will definitely be one of your favorites. Thank you, and do have a good night.